And there she is.
What?
Here she comes. Hang on. Oh, I heard a doorbell, but then I don't see her now. Where's she at?
What?
Here she comes. Hang on. I heard a doorbell, but then I don't see her now. Where's she at?
What?
Here she comes. Hang on. Overstanding God, you the first one on here. Peace. What up?
Talking to who?
Peace to my YouTube family. We got Free God in the house. What's up, Free God?
What? Freon?
Free God. That's you.
Oh, I think it's free Freon.
Nah, Free God. God free.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Digga is on her way. She just in position. Trying a little something different this week. You see, I'm in a different little location.
Right.
I feel like it's just more closed in. I don't know, the sound is better in here. I'm gonna see what's up.
Cool.
That's where I do vocals and shit. You can see the
Oh, okay, yeah. A little padding for the sound. Word.
Yeah.
You record stuff?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Let me see what YouTube talking about. No, I am not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You are right.
Not gonna be falling for banana in our tailpipe.
No shit.
You gotta say it right, man. You gotta say banana in the tailpipe.
Ain't no fall for no banana in the tailpipe.
And we're not gonna be falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Oh man.
You're not gonna be falling your banana in your tailpipe?
Shout out to Bramble Bush.
Oh, is it on?
Yeah. Says big up to my bros. Can you please address these wicked police unions? Please. Oh, we're gonna address these police. We're gonna address it all. We're gonna talk about it, you know. People talking about defunding the police and, you know, getting rid of the police, all kind of shit. Let's talk about it. You know?
Revolution will be televised. For real.
At the very least, it'll be on YouTube.
They're gonna wake up a sleeping giant. They think they're getting real confident. Watch. And a lot of white folks is getting knocked out in the streets, literally knocked the fuck out because they coming up saying crazy shit to people. Hey, what are you don't belong in this neighborhood. Do you live here? And they're like, yeah, I live here. Could you please move from my door? No, back, fuck out of here.
Right.
Cats is getting locally whooped. See, you got to understand, police ain't gonna be at every incident, my friend. There's gonna be a lot of sneak punches and run off, you know. Knock this motherfucker out and we keep it moving.
All right.
Yeah, you waking up a sleeping giant. They think we're just so I said, watch. Niggas is coming, they coming. Something's gonna happen. I know it, dude. Why you know what they did? They even you saw what they did. A Quaker Oats just changed Aunt Jemima today.
No,
I'm not even bullshitting you. We're not gonna call it Aunt Jemima anymore. We're gonna switch. Yo,
wait, they already gave her a perm.
No. They're gonna cut. They're changing the whole thing. The motherfuckers are so scared, nigga. They went to the product Like,
Aunt Jemima gonna have a computer now. Shit, she gonna be.
Shit, it ain't. It's not
She
probably
gonna be
not
a
even Aunt
scientist.
Jemima. They're gonna. I think they're changing all of that shit, dude.
Really?
Uncle Ben ain't gonna be Uncle Ben. It's gonna be probably a white dude. Dude, they about to look at all the shit. Yeah, today they announced it because they're afraid. Because we're talking about defunded. Fucking no more spending our money on these motherfuckers, man.
Well, you know there ain't no more cops, right? Bad boy, what you do, what you wanna do. The show Cops has been canceled.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden. Yeah. No more cops. After 35 years of that show, now that shit is a wrap, yo. Bad boys, what you do, what you wanna do.
Boy, bad boy.
Sheriff John Brown, you ain't gotta hear that shit no more. I know them niggas is mad. They like, whoa. Because the royalties on that is crazy. Them motherfuckers thought they was gonna, the dudes that made that song, or they thought they was gonna eat forever. And they still are in a way, but like,
what you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boys.
It's over, dude. We are not fucking around, man. I think finally.
There she is. Hang on, I see her.
What you gonna do? Bad boys. What you gonna do?
Bad boy! What you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you?
What is happening?
Yo!
Oh shit! Wait! Why you change your background? You were just stunting on him with the sofa and the.
It's still here.
No, I'm talking about Godfrey. This nigga had a view of the city when I first pulled up. I said, "Look at you, stunting ass nigga." Talk, Godfrey. So the camera go to your shit.
Hello.
Oh, look at that. Look at him stunting.
Hello.
Oh, the backdrop. Check you out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here. I was like,
he all George Jefferson on these motherfuckers, man.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm shooting my shot. Godfrey, you single? You look like you make a decent living.
Like, fuck it.
I'm kidding.
I'm dead ass serious. She's like, I got my
I'm kidding.
She's like, I'm dead ass serious. I got my dominatrix choker on right now. She's like, I'm feeling myself.
Dude, I just had some crazy shit.
Are you ready to go? I need like 4 minutes to and I don't want to do it on camera. So I'm just gonna turn it
on camera.
Gaming. You look like you just got walked on a leash from somewhere.
Okay, well
do it on camera. Do it on camera.
I'll live, right?
Turn the camera off because I'm doing it on camera, but
Okay.
You can act like
Okay, I'll still be here with y'all in spirit.
Hey, what's up to YouTube Live? Because we are there already.
What up, YouTube? What it do, dude?
She's not keeping it real with y'all, but that's okay.
I'll be right back.
That's all right. Go use the bathroom. Go do what you need to do.
I'm just pulling up some information on our topics, and yes, so that officer's name I was telling you about earlier. Her name is Carriel Horn.
Okay. Overstanding God, peace to you. Anybody talking that changing laws and passing bills, they don't fully understand what's going on out here. Elijah Muhammad already laid down the plan. Very interesting, overstanding God. Because some of the things I want to talk about today kind of do fall in line with what Elijah Muhammad was saying. His original original approach as far as us doing for self and you know, having economic plans and all that, you know. We need to put these things on the table. Nathaniel Holmes, peace. Thank you. We appreciate you. Somebody said Digger getting baked with capital letters.
My you this?
Yeah. Digger. Oh wait, hang on. Let me do something. My shit.
I'm actually clicking on to the YouTube on my laptop so I could fuck with the chat, or I gotta mute
Just
you.
make sure you mute it.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Greg Abraham, if you watching.
Somebody said they need to put Candace Owens on the syrup bottom on the bottle. Yo,
Yes.
we gotta discuss that. Is that a mental illness?
Something's
Like
wrong with
she
it.
really be going, she goes hard against black people.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's absolutely about those. Godfrey, that's not a good angle. There's a light behind you that's shining into the eyes of the viewer. Yeah, I think that's better. Talk.
Hello.
Yes, that's much better.
Oh yeah, if I pay attention to the chat, I can see the donations coming in. Mm-hmm. Ben Carson, the new Uncle Ben, y'all stupid.
Yeah, we be on the Are we gonna have Oprah win? Is Oprah gonna be Miss Butterworth?
Oh shit! Oprah, the new Miss Butterworth.
I can't, yo.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
I could literally see her as Miss Butterworth. I could see her as that. She got the body for it. Oh, your old Butterworth body ass.
And Gail be Miss Butterworth Light.
Somebody said I'm trying to turn the Godcast into OnlyFans. Yeah, right. Shit, I'm gonna be on my OnlyFans page reading poetry. You're gonna be scrolling through all the twerking and shit. It's just gonna be me with a fucking composition book reading poetry.
I'm not even gonna front out, you know. I guess I'm getting old. I don't even fully know what the OnlyFans is about. What that's something where people pay, right? And usually when they pay, that's where people do nasty shit on there, right?
Well, right? It's not just for that. It's for your fans. It's for you to deliver whatever content you want to your fans. It just so happens to have become the gateway for virtual porn.
Right.
That wasn't
pay to play porn. Internet porn.
But that isn't, that isn't the premise of the platform. The premise is
it like the champagne? It's the champagne room of
and this is on IG?
No, it's a website.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a feature on IG or some shit. Only.
No, hell no.
No, it's basically become a virtual strip club, but it's for you to entertain your fans. Like not everyone.
It's almost like Patreon, because Patreon is supposed to be like that. You're supposed to actually put specific kind of content on there for people that want to, you know what I mean, become a patron.
Yes, but it's not. I think is it linked? Somebody said it is linked to IG. I don't know. That's a good question. I actually don't know.
So you don't be speaking on shit you don't know now with authority.
Well, because it's basically become a virtual strip club, but that's not supposed to be, that's not all it is.
And how much you say you charge on there?
People make up their own prices.
And that's how much you charge.
How much would I charge?
I said how much do you charge?
Oh, somebody said no, it's not.
Under your name, what's that name? That other name you use? Trixie Star or something like that? Oh, now you don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh wait, what? Who's Trixie Star? I don't know their names.
Never mind, it just went over your head.
Yes, I'm sorry. No, because
you're getting too high right now.
No, I'm looking at the chat, and there's a there's a little delay. So
yeah, there definitely is a delay.
I'm looking at you on the site and reading the comments.
You gotta switch between the two if you want to see me talk live, but you're definitely gonna see a crazy delay when you watch the YouTube. They don't know it's a delay. You know what I mean? But when
true.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, we about to get serious in 2.5. I'm taking 2 more pulls.
Take your stand here.
Who the hell is Trixie Star?
That's the name you use on your OnlyFans, on your other page.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know who Trixie Star is.
Somebody said, "What am I smoking on?" Wouldn't you like to know?
That's why I asked. I'm smoking on some vanilla runts right now. If y'all are interested. Yeah, that's why I asked how much you charge. Because look, you got that thing around your neck right now. You know damn well you just came from your OnlyFans dominatrix page, Trixie Star.
I just turned the camera sideways.
Like, all right.
I turned the camera backwards. I'm in my Lyrics Matter classroom. I turned the camera sideways. I'm doing a festival show.
You just turned different. You know what I mean? Right?
I'm in one room with 4 walls. Each wall.
Depending on which way I'm turning is depending on what I'm into at that moment.
Exactly.
What's crazy is there's probably people out there that really do shit like that. Yeah.
All right, I'm about to come fuck with y'all right now.
All right, because I'm like, yeah. It's about time to start this motherfucker.
Right on. Right. Make sure my lipstick is right. Okay. All right.
You good, Godfrey? You up?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Hey, welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast.
I'm Lord Jamal.
I'm Digga.
I'm Godfrey.
And we back up in this mother.
Yes. Today is June 17th, Thursday, June 17th.
Okay.
Yeah. That is the day, right?
You said what?
That is the day.
Well, today's Wednesday.
Yeah,
oh,
today's the
17th. Today's the 17th.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. But we got different, it's hard to do the math like that now because the way that we breaking it up, we're not really sure what day what's going to be.
Shit.
But if you just want to get into the math of what today is, what is today's math, Digga?
Today's math is knowledge God, all being born to build, destroy.
And that is quite fitting.
Today's topic.
Okay, because yes, when you have the knowledge of your supreme higher self, it gives you the ability to build and destroy, to create, because that's what God does. God creates, and creation is building. And as you build, let's say as you build your knowledge, you destroy your ignorance.
Yes.
It's a simultaneous process. That's why an 8 is like two circles, one on the top, one on the bottom. The positive and negative ciphers. So that's what we're going to get into today, because, you know, I don't want to get too far into the topic yet, but, you know, a lot of us has been critical about a lot of things. We point our fingers about who's doing the wrong, you know what I mean? It's time for us to start talking about solutions and what we can do, you know, as a collective to change our circumstances as a whole.
Word.
But first, I'd just like to say, don't forget to, everybody out there, don't forget to subscribe, like, click that like button, share, click the notification bell so that you get notifications of whenever we drop a new joint. Whose joint is buzzing like that? Is that somebody's phone? He's just getting alerts. That's probably God if he's getting mad alerts. I hear somebody saying,
That's every episode too.
Every episode, yeah. Also, the Godcast is also brought to you in conjunction with Health Alliance Network. Now, everybody's worried about their health right now, and a lot of people don't want to actually physically go see a doctor. Well, you don't have to right now. With Health Alliance Network, telemedicine, you can have a doctor in your phone right now. Okay? Hit them up, get diagnosed, get discounts on prescriptions. You can get blood work done, all kind of stuff done with Health Alliance Network. So if you want a discount on your telemedicine, click the link in the description, LordJamar.Health Alliance Network, and use the code LordJamar in the checkout for your $10 discount. So yeah, my people, what's good? Y'all was out there protesting?
No.
No.
I got a bad knee. I got a bad shoulder. I can't keep my hand up like this.
I told you the old heads ain't going outside. We tired.
Nah, we
My back
did that
hurt,
already.
God damn it, yeah.
I did that already. I did that. I'm using my platforms. I'm using my platforms, man.
Yo, but shout out to all of Generation Z out there hurling themselves at the police, because I was getting tired just looking at it like, ooh, baby.
You know, I'm gonna shout out the people that are out there for righteous reasons.
Of
you
course.
See what I'm saying? The people that feel like they're actually trying to make a difference. You know what I mean? Black and white. Not the fucking paid agitators and all the ones that are trying to lead the people down a certain road. We're not fucking with them. But I appreciate the intentions of, you know, the righteous protesters, I will say. Yeah. That you know.
Yep.
What I have to say about that.
I'm hoping.
I mean, I do think. I mean, with every situation, there's a yin and yang. There are certainly, you know, bad incidents along with good incidents, but I think the good that came out of this was that white people are actually starting to see, like, no, they are fucked up. Like, I feel like it would be, and I know we talk a lot about should our allies, aka other races, be marching with us and joining in with us, and what exactly is their place? Should they be on the front lines with us? Should they be, should we exclude them and let them, relay the messages to their counterparts. What I am acknowledging is the fact that a lot of them are outside with us and they're seeing with their own eyes, like, oh no, it is real. Because just like, honestly, imagine if it was just the Black people out here marching and protesting, like they would have fucked us up. and people would have just been looking at TV like, oh, look at these crazy people, look at these animals. The fact that we can watch, the fact that people got to see a 75-year-old white man get knocked down, it's like,
if that's what really happened, because there's information that shows that this guy was as a professional provocateur, and that really there was a tool.
I mean, that's fine.
Coming out his fucking
okay, that's fine.
Oh, really?
He got the message across for us, so he could front. If he fronting for a good cause, then so be it. The point is the fact that white people can actually witness with their own eyes how brutal the cops can be when it's happening to their own children. It's like, whoa, you know, maybe they really are out of control because they didn't believe it just coming from us. Like there was always a reason.
I mean, how could they not believe it though? There's been countless videos that these motherfuckers seen. Like you think this is their first time actually witnessing this shit?
They don't believe it because there's always a reason to justify it. They're gonna pull up the Black victims' criminal record. They're gonna pull up the detention they got in elementary school. They're gonna pull everything up to demonize the victim and justify the unnecessary force of brutality, regardless of Eric Garner was committing a crime. Like there's always a reason to demonize or be willfully ignorant to the cops' brutality. So the fact that they answered the brutality protests with more brutality, and a lot of them actually got brutalized too. Like now it's time for change. Now it's time to give Colin Kaepernick his job back. Now,
right?
Maybe we weren't bugging all this time. So no, there was good in that.
Yeah, but now
good could be found in all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? But you know, there was also the infiltration of a lot of these motherfuckers. There's also these motherfuckers trying to steer this shit the way that they want to steer it. You see what I'm saying? Trying to basically take our shit right out of our hands and do what they've traditionally done, which is to fucking come in and try to control a black movement to where it's no longer a black movement. So there's positive and negative in all things, but I think we have to, you know, I don't know if that little bit of positive right there is
for that reason for the
damage that could be done, you know, by having them trying to march out there side by side with.
But for that reason, I feel like if the movement, you know, if we are concerned about the movement getting hijacked, then that's why I feel like
the movement's already been hijacked. You know why? Because everybody's calling it Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
But you even think that the movement is Black Lives Matter, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying people in general. The movement, it's been hijacked. It's already been hijacked.
So then that is the point where we, the elders, like I said last week, should, 1 second, please. I'm sorry, my doorbell's ringing. That is the point where we, the elders, are supposed to cut to the front of the line at that point. You know, we may not necessarily have the physicality, go out there and hotbox with the cops, but we need to be more, you know, I think we need to be more aggressive in that regard in terms of making sure the direction goes in the right place.
Absolutely.
Hold on 1 second, guys, sorry.
The only problem is that there's like J. Edgar Hoover said, the biggest threat to America is Negro unity. They've always made sure that we were disassembled, Africans, Caribbeans, keep us fighting amongst each other. Their goal is to make sure because they know we're next in line. They brought us here for reasons. We're the strongest. They know that. They got to keep us stupid, keep us fighting, keep the music dumb as fuck now. You know, they got to, you know, fuck the music up. They got to everything. Fuck our food up. Fuck our water up. but we're so strong, we still around. They so mad, and now there's no NBA season, so white dudes are even angrier. And then their NFL season might go away, so they're even more angry because
heroin was supposed to take us out. Crack was supposed to take us out.
Right.
AIDS was supposed to take us out. Motherfucker, we became immune to all of that shit.
We're like
I'm back, guys.
Like at first it would get you, you know what I mean? And then it's like, man, black man is God. Like you had motherfuckers start smoking crack, and I knew motherfuckers that was smoking crack and still was working out and shit like that. Like still was strong and shit. You know what I mean? Like how you do that? Like it's supposed to be weakening you.
These recessive motherfuckers.
And you a diesel crackhead. Like what kind of shit is that?
Recessive motherfuckers trying to fuck with the dominant. What the fuck are you doing? You know? Break the crack jar.
It's like that Anaconda malt liquor. These diabolical dick shrinking motherfuckers.
Yeah. You know, the motherfuckers. And here's another thing, like what Digger was saying, that white people finally seeing it, it's because they had to stand still. They weren't working. Nobody was working. Everybody was still.
And that's another big fact.
And they use excuses like, well, we're just so busy. What are you talking about? Now they have to sit here and watch that shit. And it's like over and over. And I want to thank all you racist ass white men that are constantly doing this shit, because what I feel is that they are going to wake up a sleeping giant, and there is going to be pushback. And I don't know where it's going to come from, but I have a feeling motherfuckers are going to get theirs. It's coming. I know it's because they're hanging people now. They've hung like 5 black folks, and they're saying it's suicide. These motherfuckers, this is how I take white people's mentality. I subtract by a century. So it's 1920, guys. It's not 2020. I go by a century. Wherever we go, I go, it's 1920. Not because that's how they're thinking. Their thinking hasn't changed at all.
Well, what's funny is, I was just reading something earlier. You know what was big in the 1920s, right?
Prohibition.
Eugenics.
Ooh, yeah.
Eugenics, the fake bullshit science of eugenics that tried to prove that white people were the superior race. These are where you get the Margaret Singers and the Ku Klux Klan and all of that type of shit, was down with eugenics. Fucking
When did Jesse Owens beat them Germans and Hitler didn't shake his hand? What year was that?
That was in like 30 something, maybe.
30, okay. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Hitler was big into eugenics as well.
Oh yeah, man, of course.
So it's funny. And what were they trying to do at that time? Exterminate black people.
Always.
As well as deport black people.
Yes.
See what we don't know, okay? And I just gotta speak on the truth where truth takes me, and come to find out, the Back to Africa movement, that came from white people.
Marcus
Garvey? That was their idea before Marcus Garvey. He actually liked a book called White America, look it up, where they talk about shit like this. Talk about deporting the black people of this country to Liberia and all of that type of shit. This is back in the 20s. So not only were they trying to kill us, they was trying to get rid of us. You know what I mean? And so now if you're saying that we are back 100 years in the 1920s, well, what is that? What does that say? Is all I'm saying. Is why I bring this up.
All you got to do is go back a century. I don't give a fuck what year, go back a century. And that's how much the mentality of white people catching up towards us hasn't changed. They tell us to move on. Well, we have. You the only motherfucker that haven't moved on. White folks are the only motherfuckers that haven't moved on.
And I wanted to talk about that. I'm glad you said that right there, because that brings me to a thought that I had.
Yeah.
Like, we have to understand that we all have a racial memory in our DNA. So the same way that Black people are affected by slavery to this day, Deontay Wilder, to this day, is the same way white people are affected by slavery. But here's the thing, it's in different ways. Okay, a Black person might be affected where he has a certain submission sometimes to the authority, to white authority. Okay, because that's been something that's been drilled in him.
Right.
Well, in the convex, a lot of times these white people have authoritative shit drilled into them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why the police get so motherfucking mad when Black people especially don't obey them.
Right.
This is also why you have the phenomenon of the Karens. Okay? And we can go into, I found out the etymology of how Karen came about, and it's pretty funny.
I was asking that last week, right?
Right.
Like, I know more Black Karens than white Karens.
So my brother Wise, right? He's the brother right under me. He put me on to the etymology. He said it actually comes from, again, it comes from Tariq Nasheed, he said, right? He said first is a Becky, right? First comes the Beckys. Yeah. Those are the younger white girls who are pretty and like they can use their sexuality and all of that, and their whiteness to get what they want and all this type of shit. They said a Karen is that next phase when when she starts losing her looks and shit like that, and she's not necessarily like, you know.
Yeah, they're all nasty.
She's not necessarily a sexual animal and all that type of shit.
Nope.
Motherfuckers aren't really fucking with her like that. So she needs white supremacy to
build her value
to achieve what the fuck she wants, basically. You know what I mean? To get her what she wants, because she's not a pretty white girl anymore. And then I think now, and then I think after a Karen, apparently is a Susan.
Susan is grandma.
Susan is the older white woman who, like, you know, she fully, you know, accepts her white privilege and fucking, you know what I mean?
She's the Paula Deans of the world.
The Paula Deans of the fucking world.
Yeah, she's a pile of shit with hair. And these are the ones that are like this. Well, you don't belong here. Well, wait, I need to see from ID.
Right, but think about why, like, because you always act like, why do they care? Why do they care? Because it's in their racial DNA to feel like they have authority over you.
Right.
Like they own you or some shit. And so now they always talk about, oh, slavery was so long ago. Why y'all keep harping on that shit? Because y'all motherfuckers still act like that shit's going on. That's why, motherfucker. Like y'all motherfuckers still feel it in your fucking thing. And the police feel it to the point where
we've had this conversation before. Is it in their DNA versus learned behavior? I do think it's both.
It's both. It's absolutely both. But a lot of times, I'm telling you, do you see the irrational fear that comes over the police when don't move, like when it's a black man, like only when it's black people. White people, I see the man grab a gun or do all kind of shit, and they're like, hold up,
it's
now.
Because
like with black people,
that has a lot to do with just the culture that they, you know, it's like all of our portrayal with music, with entertainment, with film, with everything. We're the thugs, we're the drug addicts, we're the criminals. Like this is something, ask any.
Right, but are we in the movie, even in the movies, are we the guy that like kill somebody in a split second. Like we do
Right.
drive-bys and all kinds of shit like that. Like the police are acting like a motherfucker, is gonna like pull a gun out from and shoot you like this way and some shit like that. Like it's just irrational. They but it's almost like they know who we are as far as God is concerned. And I feel like I've said this before. Like they be so scared that, or it's like they're scared because they know what they've done in the past.
That too.
And they're scared that, oh shit, retribution's about to come.
Yep.
Let me fucking
do
what the fuck I gotta do right now, because if I was him, for the shit I've been doing to them, I'd be wilding on me right now.
I mean, white men are the only ones, they're buying up a lot of the guns, and they're always preparing for something that's not happening to them. They're always gunning up because a lot of them, first of all, a lot of them can't fight. That's real. Like I've seen footage of cops getting the business from high school kids, getting their ass whooped. But then, of course, the cop has the equipment to stop him. But I've been seeing cops getting their asses handed to them because they punks. There are a lot of bitches on that. Not all cops, of course not. We're not saying all cops, but a lot of these cops are punk motherfuckers, man. And cats be going hand to hand with them. They be getting lit up. Woo! There was one dude that knocked out a cop. He was in his riot gear. Dude punched the cop out in his riot gear. The shit was so funny. Motherfucker laid out with his shield and all that, like, bang.
You know the vibration it takes to knock a nigga out through a helmet? God damn.
This nigga popped him and ran off, and boom, that motherfucker said, ah. And it But here's what happened too. There's another one. Because the Asians are getting it, they crying. But I go, welcome to our world. And the Asian, there's a picture, there's a video of a white dude. He's on the phone. He sees an Asian dude waiting at like a bus stop or something. And the white dude goes, yo, hold up, man. I'm gonna go say something. Fuck this. So and the white dude's in flip-flops already. I wouldn't even start shit with anybody in flip-flops outside. He's like, yo. So he's fucking with this Asian dude. And the guy's like, yo, get the fuck out of our neighborhood. Get the fuck. And the Asian guy's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And the Asian dude is backing up, and they're in the middle of the street. So the Asian dude is backing up going, yo, leave me alone, leave me alone. So the Asian dude literally runs into a car waiting at the light because they're in the middle of the street. So the white dude decides to attack him, swings at him. Man, when I tell you this Asian dude turned into Bruce Lee, he punched this white boy first punch back. So the white dude said, oh, I fucked with the wrong one. You could tell he was like, oh shit. And so the Asian dude hit him twice again, back. And the dude's like, and then the Asian dude claps his hand and goes, come on. Yo. And then he just fucking knocks him out. His body just goes, boom, hits the cement right in the middle of the street.
I love
it. The Asian dude picked him up and go, I'm sorry. Like he literally he was a gentleman. He
went out of his body and then he came back in like, oh shit, did I knock this?
I'm sorry, but everybody saw it. The white dude started it and he beat him. Man, it was wonderful. I watched it 20 times, laughing. He ran into the wrong one. This dude had Bruce Lee hair too. He had that same Bruce Lee hair. Motherfucker had jeans on, a little shirt. And Molly,
and he had the flip flops on. You said,
and the white dude had flip flops on, like he.
Oh, the white dude had flip flops on.
Oh, why? Of course he did. He was like this, and he takes off his flip flops so he can get grip. And this Asian dude said, "Bit, bow." Fuck his ass. But this is what's going on with these white people are starting to get their ass beat, like literally getting fucked up because the cops can't come to everything. Cops can't come to everything. So, I think the only thing that white folks answer to is violence. That's all they know because they've gotten everything to violent means. They don't do shit peacefully. They've gotten everything through violence. All they answer to is when you crack them in the jaw.
I mean, look at how everybody has evolved. Like we in Africa with warm weather and fruits and vegetables and animals everywhere. We chilling, kings and queens. You had the Native Americans growing corn, doing their tribe thing, and unfortunately, you had the white people in Europe where nothing grows.
Caves, shivering, cold. Ain't had no. It was dark. They all hot. The air was thin. It was hard to find food.
Was to travel around and pillage and plunder.
And we had way more than corn over here, Digger. You know what I mean? We just shit was falling off the fucking. Come on, think about. You know what I mean? Guava and all kind of shit from the West.
I know.
Like that's the shit we had over here. And them motherfuckers again. They was in the caves, they had icicles. That's why they like ice pops and shit. That's why they like cold. That's my words. That's why they like cold water and all that type of shit. They like a lot of cold shit. Do you know cold water? Cold beverages is not really good for you. To have that cold shit up inside you like that, it's not good for you. But we only accustomed to drinking shit cold because of these motherfuckers, yo. You actually supposed to drink your water room temperature.
Right, because shocks your system. Yeah.
I like the ice water. Water myself.
I know you like ice water because the Iceman cometh. The Iceman taught you that.
I have no iron. I like ice everything.
Din 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 din.
So listen, I wanted to we could talk about more about the police later and all that type of shit. But I wanted to start talking about, what are some things that we can do, as a people to really make change other than what I see as this bullshit that's going on right now. Because here's the thing, I feel like it's easy to just, like Godfrey, you last week, you was on the shit. You said, oh shit, there's people outside. What'd you do? You just got on your elevator and went downstairs. That's not hard. That wasn't hard to do.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And you could have easily just joined those motherfuckers. Like,
right.
In order to really free ourselves and do shit we need to do, it's gonna take something that takes discipline.
Yes.
Okay? It's not going to be easy. No. It's not going to be as easy as just throwing a brick through a window and running in there with a bunch of motherfuckers to take us some shit. Like anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. And to get pulled into that type of bullshit, which is only going to lead us down a road of martial law. I keep telling y'all motherfuckers this. You think you're freeing yourself, but really you're putting yourself in slavery with that type of shit right there. Because that ain't the real revolution right there. That's some shit that they want you to do. They expect you to do that. So we can't do that. What they don't expect you to do is for us to fucking do some shit that requires a self-discipline and a mass discipline, okay? Like boycotting, okay? Because back in the days, people would march and shit like that. That would be one component of it. But then they'd also get into a next stage of it, which would be to, let's say, boycott a certain thing and boycott it for real, like not just for a day or whatever.
I was gonna say,
like we don't fuck with this no more. And now the money that we've saved from not fucking with that, okay, we are gonna take that money and collectively use that to provide ourselves with the needs that we need. You know what I mean? I saw someone broke down the science of how they come up with the numbers of police for a community. You know what I mean? Okay. And how many police it takes to police a certain community, and it's not as many as you think it is, right? So now they was coming up with, okay, well, how much would it cost to pay each police officer? You know what I mean? And if we did certain things, we could be paying our own police force and all that type of shit. And guess what? Other ethnic groups do this. You know what I mean? The Hasidic Jews, they got the JDL, all kind of shit like that. Like, we need to be looking at communities like that. Like, where they just keep, where the dollar travels in their community for who knows how long, longer than the 45 minutes it might spend in our community. That shit spends days, and you know what I mean? Could spend a week or some shit in their fucking community before it even leaves. Like, this is the type of shit that we gotta start putting our minds around, start using our economic influence to basically buy our freedom again. Like we was buying our freedom back then. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that America really understands. And America is for sale. The Japanese, the Chinese, they know that. That's why they came here and bought up mad shit. You know what I mean? We could do the same fucking thing, but it takes discipline. It takes fucking, you know what I mean?
Economic discipline. We spend just $3 trillion. We have so much. Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics. You know, about Dr. Claude Anderson?
Yes.
No,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Powernomics. Yes.
Yeah. So I played it on my live. I played his speech 10 minutes. It's really good. He talks a little excerpt from his book. He says, let me tell you why Black people ain't got nothing. This ain't about race. It ain't about they use it as a scapegoat. Let me tell you why. The reason why they killing us, because we ain't got no money. We ain't got no economic base. We ain't got no businesses. We don't own no media. We don't own the police. We don't own the courts. We don't own the judges. You see any Asians getting shot? You know why? Because they can buy the police. They can buy the court system. They can buy
the lobbyists. They can do all of that.
Exactly. The Jewish people. You don't see no Jews getting shot. You know why? Because they got the money. They control everybody. Why are they shooting us? Because we ain't got a damn thing. We don't control no media. We ain't got no businesses. We gotta start looking towards our own shit. And we need to stop being Democratic and Republican and have an independent voting. We should be independents as a Black group. He said, fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans. We need to have our own independent Black party, 43 million people. He says, man, if we had that kind of power, we could be like, we can do it in 1 to 2 years. We go, fuck those Democrats, fuck the Republicans, and we can determine what the fuck we want.
Listen, we got 43 million Black people. Everybody give up $1 right now. That's $43 million.
Shit.
Just $1. Now imagine we was doing that every week, every month. Everybody give up your $1 for the week. We got our 43 million for the fucking for our fucking nation.
And the problem with that is, like, who would be the designated,
right?
Who would be the designated, like, figurehead of said party? Because this sounds great, but it's like, we can't even, there's so much divisiveness just amongst us as a community. It's like, we can't agree on the thing and get us to that point. Like, I've seen in the past 2 weeks, I've seen people shit on Martin Luther King. I've seen people shit on, like, it's like, we can't even, like, we don't even know how to respectfully agree to disagree and try to see the merit in every situation and take all of those merits and create one situation. We would just attack each other's situation, and that's that's
right. But fine. But maybe now, the same way you said white people are seeing it, maybe also Black people who are trying to be on the move so much, maybe now they're sitting down and they're finally seeing, like, we are fucking under attack, and we don't have the luxury of fucking arguing with each other and wondering if you're ADOS or if you're not, or if you're a fucking Muslim or a Christian and all that type of shit, because the white man don't care about that. Okay? These motherfuckers only care if you're Black. Okay? So what the fuck are we gonna do? We don't have the luxury of, not being able to come together anymore. Like that's some bullshit. If we don't come together or die. That's the new fucking motto.
We need to know that, and we need to start to, self-defense wasn't some whatever. Nah, fuck that. Self-defense. That shit is real. Self-defense. Black-owned gun clubs. I'm about to join the fuck up. I don't even fuck with guns. But guess what? I'm gonna get used to that shit. I have friends that have them. I mean, I'm sure we all know people who have them. And they're like, hey man, you need to get up with this black gun club. I said, I certainly am. We need to learn that to our children, to the real shit, like
Listen,
and have discipline.
I'm just starting a garden right now. You know what I
That
mean?
too.
I'm striving to grow some vegetables. I ain't growing no flowers. I'm trying to grow some shit that I can eat out
Well,
the ground.
I have a clean record. You grow the vegetables. I'm racking up the guns. We're a team. We can do this.
No,
Like, come
100%.
on, like,
though.
well, that's
Word
where
up.
it starts. You see what I'm saying? We start there. Then we got other people. Okay, well, I'm a truck driver. I could drive the vegetables
That's
and
right.
the guns to the places that it
That's
needs to
right.
go. And then, you know what I mean? And then,
Yes.
come on, like, we just
I
got
know
to
black
put
truck
this together.
drivers. I know black truck drivers from doing
You can't
Sirius
spell
XM.
law without spelling all, okay? So we got to all come together.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
all our skills. We got the lawyers. We got the doctors. Black women are the most educated in America. They have money. They spend. We got that. We got so many. Go ahead.
And this is something though that we have to do.
Yes.
Like, white people, if you want to donate your money towards it, fine. But as far as you coming in, joining, and trying to and put your ideas forth,
hell no,
it's not happening. Like that's not happening. But I'll take your money. I will take your money.
You can.
You know what I mean? And if that's all, but go out and get with your people and you know what I mean? Start teaching them to get rid of that racial hatred.
It's up to white people to figure that out.
I mean?
We've told them.
That's so deep in their shit, like, you know, that a lot of them don't want to. You know what I mean? Some white people, they're ashamed of that. They're ashamed.
That's gonna
of
be my side hustle.
I'm ashamed that my people act like this towards your people. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But
that's gonna be my side hustle. Like if I say, hey Godfrey, I'm white. I just need to help on how I can change. I'm gonna charge you by the hour. Because I'm already tired. You know what you need to fucking do. I'm going to make that a side hustle. You know how much money we can make teaching whites how to change? And I would charge $100.
And then we put that money towards, or a portion of it towards.
Right. And I hope they don't change so I can make a lot of dough. And then I'll tell them.
But see, we gotta,
you see every time an incident happens in a Starbucks or some stuff like that, or any of these businesses, they'll close for a day and have their sensitivity training, their racial training and stuff. How about starting a business to be the one to teach y'all motherfuckers how to not shit on black people?
Right. And but we gotta be the ones running the shit. You know what I mean? Because they'll start a business like that, and it'll be white people who started it. You know what I mean? Who opened the fucking thing, and there'll be white people training white people how to fucking be sensitive towards black people.
Well, yeah.
Well, we have to, let's analyze. Is that human nature? Like just the ability to just have a price? Because it's like you can have all the integrity in the world, and somebody comes with the right price, and you'll just sell your shit.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That you don't have full integrity if you do that. Like, you know what I mean? And at some point, like I was just thinking about, like, when you were saying who's gonna lead the shit, who's gonna lead this party or whatever. Like, we gotta get back to the science of like in order to be like a leader in ancient Egypt and some shit, like you had to study, like they had to know that your heart was pure and all that type of shit. Like you couldn't just be someone in the government, just because your parents, schemed you into there some type. You understand what I'm saying? Like you had to have a certain moral character. You know what I mean? That enabled you to even sit in that seat. And right now, there is no moral, like, there's no moral compass for these politicians. You know what I mean? There's no moral compass for these so-called leaders that they got to go by. No, you know, they're not living by ma'at or no shit like that. You see what I'm saying? And we got to get into that. Like, we got to incorporate righteous thought and actions in all things we do, or else we're going to end up just doing the same shit that these motherfuckers was doing. And I've seen that happen in certain fucking, you know, African countries that freed themselves from the white man. What they end up doing? The same thing that the white man did, but only it was black people doing it. The other black people. You know what I mean? And so we can't be no shit like that either. But the only way to avoid that is to incorporate righteousness, you know, within all things we do. And I don't mean religion, I mean righteousness. You know what I mean? High morality.
Yeah. That's a very subjective topic. I mean, I always delve every so often into Twitter, and I noticed there was a whole like thing going on with J. Cole releasing a record. I guess there was some tweets out there about how come all of these rappers that rap about being righteous and stuff, you know, where are they? How come they're MIA from the movement right now? So J. Cole released a record, and it's called Snow on the Bluff, I believe. And it is said that he's addressing a female artist by the name of No Name, and she's very vocal on Twitter. And there was just a whole fallout. This was something that I just caught like in the middle of the night last night. So there was a whole fallout because he made a comment about being bothered by her tone. So it became a black man versus black woman thing. It became like there was just a whole lot of like stuff going on. And I'm like, wow, we, you know, even when you attempt to be righteous and live righteous, there's all like someone's always gonna find fault in it. It's like imagine telling Chuck D, you're not doing enough for the movement, for the culture right now, because you're not posting on Instagram, you're not tweeting about it. It's like the arguments, these little sub arguments and these little distractions that I notice keep popping up. It's like I don't know how to like like how do we get everybody mentally removed from the stuff that's unimportant to focus enough on the big picture? It's like if you find problems with people that make music that speak only to upliftment of us, who are not posting, who are not tweeting, but we're actually seeing footage of them in the streets marching. Like if you can find fault in those people, then what qualification must you have to be a leader? Like Jesus Christ.
They expect you to be perfect. One lady sent me on my live. She goes, "Yo, Jamie Foxx, you know, he came to Texas with what's his name, Steven Jackson, blah blah blah. How come you ain't over there?" I said, first off, idiot, Jamie Foxx has a private jet. So, and Jamie Foxx is just now speaking up on this shit. I've been talking about this shit for years. I've been fucking using my platforms talking shit. I do this shit on my shows, spitting shit about white folks and da 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 da. That's like saying that Paul Mooney's been speaking on it, Pryor's been speaking on it, and now Richard Pryor's Spotify. On Spotify, his shit is one of the most popular rotated comedy albums.
Oh yeah, I saw that about the police. He said the police got a choke for your ass.
This is in the 70s. So what are you talking about? Like, because I'm not there. Because I'm not there because Jamie Foxx, I'm not taking anything from Jamie Foxx. That's his business. Jamie's from Houston, but I don't see Jamie Foxx popping up about shit. Rarely. And police brutality happens all the fucking time, everybody.
Listen,
happens all the time.
Let me just share a quick story with you. So I'm cleaning out my garage the other day, right? And I come across a dead Prez poster and shit. And I was like, oh, wow, you know what I mean? Memories immediately start coming back. And I flip it over, and on the back of it was taped it was a news article about Amadou Diallo.
Damn, 41.
And this was from when we was at a protest in Brooklyn, when we was marching for Amadou Diallo, and we had just we needed something to fucking, you know what I mean? So we just used the Dead Prez poster, but we was using it like both sides really, so you could see the Dead Prez, but also the Amadou Diallo, and you know what I mean? We was out there doing our shit, man, and that was one of many fucking marches I had been to in my life. So I dare motherfucker to say now, like, oh, I didn't see you at the march. Like, motherfucker, been there, done that. Like.
And I've reached a lot of people, because a lot of my videos, I don't know if you guys know, a lot of my videos have gone viral from they brought back videos I did a year ago, the Dominican thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you were so on point with that. You were so on point with that.
And I did that off, doing Vlad. You know how we do. We just boom, 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 boom. And so the Dominican, that conversation started, it got popular because Spanish people were coming at me in the streets, like going, nah, dude, I'm glad you start talking about that shit. Nobody brings that up. And Dominicans, and I got all kind of people. But the good thing about it is, you know what happened with those kids in the Bronx? What did we talk about? The kids in the Bronx with a Dykeman, and then the brothers came the next day. Real niggas came the next day saying, yo, what's good? We here now. Real motherfuckers came, and then the Dominicans like, no, we need to get together. We need to start fighting like that. He goes, yo, we from the same family. Fuck y'all doing? Getting mad at black people.
Y'all from the same family. Dominicans ain't nothing but Spanish speaking Haitians.
They nothing but
same island. It's the same island.
I know. They're and the president
hilarious
of the Dominican Republic in Trujillo, he was half Haitian, half Dominican, and used to put powder on his face because he was trying to get rid of all the dark people. They assassinated his ass, but like, damn, it's sick shit, man.
And see, that's a form of eugenics in its own self.
Yeah, man. And
but you know what? I think ultimately the entire foundation, like if we're gonna talk about real change, I mean, thank y'all for the kente cloth window pieces and the ice stain with you and the black tiles and stuff, but we really gotta destroy and rebuild the entire foundation. Everything from the banks to the education system. I mean, even the education. Oh no, I ain't talking about your cloth. No,
that kente cloth backgrounds. Fuck all that.
All them niggas that be doing their shows with their kente cloth. Fuck all them niggas.
Not all them corny ass fucking designs.
I'm talking about the politicians with the kente cloth neck scarves and shit.
Oh yeah, that thing where they were kneeling down, little stupid.
Yeah, I mean it was cute, but it's like you got these different corporations, and look, 35 years later, Anna Wintour, like, yeah, we could have did some things different at Vogue, but I'm out.
Wait, no. 135 years later, 100.
Yeah, so I say that to say everything, like even where we're talking about the we're talking about the Hispanics.
Shit, I gotta plug in my computer real quick.
And the Dominicans, it's like it's the whole education system. It's like it's just the way you're taught from childhood that Christopher Columbus discovered everything and civilized everybody, and everywhere everybody everywhere else in the world were savages, and we had to learn Christianity and learn manners and things of that nature and learn civilization. So I say all of that to say, I had to, because I went down that rabbit hole for a minute, like maybe about 2 weeks ago. I was cussing some Spanish speaking folks out, like, I know better not hear y'all say the word again. And I still feel that way. I've always felt that way. But I'm also understanding that, you know what, they are taught, like they don't understand that they are Black too, a lot of them, like, until they get to Spain and meet a real Spaniard, and it's like, oh, you're not one of us. So it's like it's a whole it's a whole systemic way of learning, learning the difference between race and nationality and culture, and just I guess the whole world pretty much just being whitewashed, if you will, to the point where like everybody feels that that is the, like this is how you have to learn to assimilate in society. So we've got a lot of structural redoing. I am happy to see a lot of the younger people who are I would say Generation Z and the millennials, like they are acknowledging that maybe the way our parents and grandparents taught us is kind of fucked up. So they are actually at home educating their racist parents and grandparents. And I'm not just about white people, I'm talking about Dominicans, I'm talking about I'm talking about multiple, even black non-Americans, the immigrant, like everybody's starting to realize, like, hey, it's this is really, like we black, like we still
it's a world thing. Yes, right.
Like everybody's getting it. It's a slow process. Like you may have been too busy to figure it out before, but thanks to this pandemic, everybody's being forced to sit down and watch it play out in real time. And now people like myself, people like you, Godfrey, you, Jamar, all of us with platforms, like we have to really, at least we should at least make it our business every episode to come up with a viable solution that can be acted upon. I want to tell a story really quick. Something that I caught yesterday about a 19-year Buffalo police veteran. The state is actually reopening, looking into her situation. She was wrongfully terminated. Let me give you some backstory. Her name is let me not mess up her name. Her name is Carriel Horn, and she was a police officer on the Buffalo police force for 19 years. She was 1 year shy of retiring and getting her pension of 20 years. She got fired because in her 19th year on the force, she intervened where a white officer was choking out a black suspect. And she had to, I guess she had to deal with like internal affairs, and it was ruled that her actions could have caused harm to the officer. So she was terminated, and now this was 2006. So now 2020, they are looking. The officials are asking the state to probe her, reopen her case so that she can get all, she'll have pension coming to her. She'll have back pay coming to her. But imagine being a black woman officer, 19 years, 1 year shy of retiring. And because she intervened, she said they made up stories about she jumped on the officer's back. But in actually, she said, she basically yanked the cop's arm from around the guy's neck. Thank God that suspect survived, but she caught hell or high water for it. And now she's trying to get legislation passed that says any officer that does not intervene should be brought up on charges as well. So basically, now how we saw the whole thing in Minnesota play out, where the other officers may or may not get charged. If her legislation gets passed, it would be law that those officers intervene or they face the same charges. It shouldn't be up to if this mayor or this DA in this town is nice enough to press charges. Like, no, it is a law, which is also, which is cumulative of the law that I previously suggested in our last episode. Was like, I think it should automatically be a charge if it's no longer self-defense. If you're no, if you're no longer, if you're an officer and it's no longer, you're no longer an imminent threat, that you face charges if a person.
Yo, they said, I actually just saw something where they said the officer in one of these cases, they said like the death penalty could be on the table.
Well, that's Atlanta. That's Atlanta, and that's Atlanta, and they have a forward thinking progressive black woman mayor to to see things like that happen. But what happens if you go a little further south or a little further west?
Well, that's death penalty. That's not a mayor's call, though. That's a government.
No. It's not the mayor's call, but it's I guess if the city, starting with the mayor, if the mayor pushes for something, the mayor, the DA, like these things are these, all of these people work hand in hand. The district attorney's on that one. If they, if you have a city where the politicians are willing to take that stance against the cops, that's a good thing. If it's a law, you don't have to worry about if you're in Mississippi and the mayor is the secret head of the KKK, you don't have to worry about if they're gonna charge those cops, because now it's a law. And you can be racist all you want. It's the law.
Speaking of cops and the law, right now it seems like they're definitely, certain things are getting done. They are a little scared about certain shit. They done took cops off the TV. No more bad boy. What you want? What you want to do? When Sheriff Brown gun for you. No more. I don't even think they're gonna play the reruns.
Yo, they got Aunt Jemima out of here after 135 years.
Right. Well, I want to focus on cops for a minute. So, as far as laws that we need to get rid of, last week, I didn't have I said I knew that there was a law that protected the police, but I really didn't have the name of it. Although my man Greg put it in the caption of the show, but it's called qualified immunity. Okay, qualified immunity is something that protects police from being like personally sued or gone after for any wrongdoing that they do. That needs to be eliminated.
Yes.
Okay. If this motherfucker had the hang on now, if I do that, I could fuck around and lose my house. I could lose, you know what I mean? Like, if they found that I did the wrong shit here, this motherfucker could sue the shit out of me, And you can still hate black people. It's cool. But his hatred for nigga, I don't want this nigga to own my house. I don't want this nigga to I better think about that. You know what I mean? So we gotta use our power and influence right now. Fuck getting
to
cops
get it all down.
I'd rather you keep cops on the damn TV and motherfucking get rid of qualified immunity.
Right.
Give me little bullshit. You know what I mean? Aunt Jemima and all that type of symbolic shit. Like that.
Thank you for not streaming Gone with the Wind anymore. Thank you.
Right. Like,
but
yeah.
Now we need
what's his name talked about that? Shit. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said it shouldn't be taken off, but it should be. They should have explanations on why they did that. They should explain what the history of that character was with Hattie McDaniel and Butterfly McQueen and the subservience. They said they shouldn't totally take it off. There should be a thing where when you show it, you explain it and break that shit down. I kind of agree with both, because white folks need to explain that shit. Like, explain why blacks were shown that way. And it's no different now. We still are they kind of do it to us still in different ways of cooning and shit like that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
now,
it's still that way.
Hang on, my next thing is demilitarizing the police.
Yes.
Like,
Mhm.
why do these
For sure.
motherfuckers gotta move like they army motherfuckers, and they not even trained for that type of shit.
No, they're a bunch of
These
bums
motherfuckers
trying to look like army people.
They got tanks, they got fucking, you know, all this armored fucking gear, and it got these motherfuckers even more pumped up, to make them feel like they're going against the people. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to be the military. The military is the military.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers are supposed to protect and serve. So take all that bullshit from them. Demilitarize the police.
Demilitarize the police. And also another one we discussed too. I think that cops should be from the neighborhood. I don't think you should be allowed to police any district or town or city that you don't live in. Like, part of that, I think a big part of that would even improve relations, and you have now it becomes like a self-governed place. Now the cops are, auntie and uncle. It's like, it's people from the neighborhood. They know the children, they know the families. You see it in any of these other rural towns where Jake in jail is the mayor's brother. Hey, we got Bob drunk again. He's in the cell. Come on out, Jay. Like, we need to get back to community like that with our cops. Like, a lot of these cops are living in these suburban neighboring towns or coming from other places. Their only interactions with Black people are at work, on the job, and they're coming to police the hood that all. They just saw how crazy they just saw how crazy it looked on television. They just heard their kid listening to fucking to Chief Keef and them, and it's like, and now they're going to work, and now they see these kids, and it's like they don't know that this guy is really a gentle giant, or the class clown. It's like they just automatically and they shoot. So I think that would make a huge difference. And I could have swore it used to be like that, because I know the crossing guard cop, that patrolled our school, like, he was that guy, like, all through my daughter going to elementary school. It's like the neighborhood cop is that, since that feeling, that connection is gone. And I know it used to be like that, because I felt like it was like that way with cops and with teachers. It's like, they're not from the neighborhood. They're not from the town.
But it has to be, they're purposely doing it. They want that. They got to have that. I think they do it on purpose. But like you said, if we really defund the police, we start going, okay, we're paying taxes to be beaten by the same. What the fuck?
Right.
What kind of shit is that?
People are talking about this defunding the police, and it's like, you got to understand what that means. Like, that also goes into what I'm saying of demilitarizing the police, because the fact that they have enough money, that they have surplus budgets to be able to buy a fucking tank or a rocket launcher or whatever, some dumb shit, like that's the type of defunding that money can go elsewhere. That money can go towards, you know what I mean, programs. Motherfucker, y'all took the fucking instrument. Y'all been took the instruments out to school. Like, but the police got a tank. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and then you wonder why the kids are not, connected with certain shit.
Defund them
motherfuckers up for failure.
Defund them and make them live in the neighborhood. Like, they have to, you have to reside where you work if you're gonna be a civil worker like that. So you at least, even if you ain't fucking with us, the lay of the land, and you're not gonna be so reactive to everything.
Now, like I said though, that is a good idea, and I agree with it. But the fundamental premise, though, that these motherfuckers are being trained in the police academy to be dickheads. Like, you know what I mean? They're there to dominate the people. Like, one of the biggest things that really, and especially black people, one of the biggest things that police hate is when you don't listen to them. Like, they want you to obey them. Like obey my commands. Like, if you don't obey them, they act like you've committed some of the most cardinal sin. I just fucking watched this video, and it actually, they did this to a white man. I was surprised.
Yeah.
But this white man, he was an exterminator, and, you know, he'd have a BB gun to kill like little, you know, birds or some shit like that. So he was staying at a hotel, and somebody seen a BB gun.
Oh, that was crazy.
Called the police on him. You know, they had him all, they had him in the hallway, and they played a sick game of Simon Says with him, like, don't move. If you move, you might get killed. Like the shit was, they was making him mad nervous. Put your hands out, put him down. Like they ultimately ended up killing this motherfucker.
Man, that was crazy.
But while they was doing this to him, what the fuck, he said some shit about it's not for you to, you just obey. You don't such and such. Like, that's the type of shit he was saying to this motherfucker. And like, that's the common thread with with most of these motherfuckers. That'll be, oh, he moved. He wasn't obeying like fuck you.
Let's talk about the psychology of these officers, though. Like, a lot of these officers are the kids that were punks and got bullied, and you know, and they grow up and they join the police force, and they, you know, they get badges and guns, and now they think they're tough shit. But in real life, they were, you know, they were punks all their life. They couldn't fight a lick. Like, I do agree that there definitely needs to be, you know, their de-escalation tactics definitely need. If they're gonna spend money on anything, they need to spend money on that. Teaching these motherfuckers how to actually, you know.
What they actually do, though, Rob, they know how to act, because they got. Do you see the footage of that naked white man running around who just murdered 2 people, and the cops are chasing him around, calming him down. He's hitting them, doing this. The other white man that beat up those 2 cops and stole the car, and the girl's like, "Don't, you're gonna get in trouble. Stop." And he's fighting them. Remember, he's like, "You're gonna get in trouble, Jerry. Stop it, Jerry." And his ass is showing, the white dude's ass, and he's fighting, going, "Rah, rah, rah." And he's fucking whooping their ass. He beats one of them with their own baton. He's like, "Ah, ah." And then he's like, "Stop it, Jerry. Stop it. You're gonna get in trouble, Jerry." And they showed his nasty white ass, and he jumps in the car and drives off with their fucking car. They didn't shoot him. They just tell them to shoot black people and kill blacks and Latins. That is what they're told. It's like a fucking stoplight.
That's what I'm saying. It's part of the white supremacist training of being a police officer. And I don't feel like, and they teach black people that shit too.
Yes,
and like, first of all, what you're saying, right, about people living in, like, what white people is gonna live in the neighborhoods that they're not gonna even want to live there, and if they did,
that's okay. That's okay. So we have our black brothers and sisters in our neighborhood, and we working together, policing our own, and y'all take y'all racist asses out to the burbs and go police.
Right, but the way their system is, they not gonna do that. That's why we gotta almost come up with our own shit. That's why.
I mean, that is
listen,
the whole shit I'm coming up with. That's
right. But you talking about fixing the police that already exist. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying, fuck these motherfuckers.
And what I'm
we make our own police.
What I'm saying is going to create a new generation of police that are homegrown.
What I'm saying is, it's not going to work within that system. As long as they go to their academy, there's going to be problems.
Well, I'm
saying that we need our own fucking academy. We need our own training. Our own police force.
It's going to be degrees, but right now, today, they're not going to eradicate that academy today or tomorrow. We don't know.
No, we could start creating our own police force.
We don't know how long that's going to take.
Start doing that now.
But
Yeah,
something,
quickly
but
for
something
them.
that can
Earlier
happen
with Elijah Muhammad and do for
But
self.
something that can happen before that is a law that can fix what's going on right now until we get to that.
Right. And so you know what the white people would do, I feel like, as to get around that? Because they're gonna have to work in those neighborhoods. So they're gonna buy homes in their neighborhoods and they're gonna create their own little enclaves.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be smart. They're gonna do what we should have been did. They're gonna create their own little enclaves within that fucking jurisdiction. So that whole block is gonna be filled with just white police officers. You understand?
Yeah.
They're all gonna live around each other on the same block. They're gonna make sure they buy up all the shit around each other so that they still gonna now still have themselves isolated within the community. But yes, they'll still be forced to deal with the community a little more than they, you know what I mean?
I think that's the
It's
start.
not going to be the utopian of what you're thinking, like, you know what I mean? Because again, you know, the ranking officers, most of them are white.
What I'm not suggesting is utopia. What I'm suggesting is a start.
Yo, and it's a good start. It's a good start. I'm just saying that we could come up with our own police, you know, once we move past that, because we have to. The time to do for self is now, like for real. Like we talk about how it was great when black people, you know, had Blacks Wall Street and all that. Well, that's when we was separate. That's when shit was separate.
How about what I think what we're both saying is actually encapsulated in a new system. If we abolish the existing police force and everything that goes with it, our new system is our police officers have to come from our town with our new laws that we create.
Let me ask you something.
I think that's all part of the new, you know, a new system.
Let me ask you something. If one of your good friends, right, was in an abusive relationship, what would you tell them to do?
Get out of it.
Good friends in abusive relationship. We don't even call cops for that. We call cousin Pookie and them.
What I'm saying is, okay, but Godfrey said it, and then you even said it right there. You don't call cops for that. You called your own fucking police for that.
There you go.
So we're in an abusive relationship with the white man. Okay? like you would tell your good friend, yo, girl, you need to leave him. He's whooping your ass all these years and you still with this motherfucker. Like, it's never gonna change. And she's like, I know. Leave him. And how you gonna do it? Save up some money. You're gonna tell her to save up some money and get the fuck out as soon as you can. Right? Mm-hmm. Well, this is kind of where we're at. Like we got to save up some money and get out the best we can. Even if it's just start creating our own little community.
There still has to be some structure of policing. It may not be
of course. I didn't say not to have structure.
Yeah, because
I'm saying at some point we got to do everything. Like if we really want to be free, you know, freedom isn't free. So we're gonna have to start thinking and acting like free people. And so free people create their own fucking banks, their own police force, their own hospitals, their own schools. Like this is what free people do, and they do it all the time. We just act like it's such an undertaking that we as black people cannot do, but everybody else seems to do it. You know what I mean? I see the Hasidics got the ambulances. You know what I mean? Yep. I mean, we do got shout out to the Black Ambulance Corps in Bed-Stuy. That is like the one black ambulance corps that I've ever heard of in my life. But so we do have one of those in Bed-Stuy on deck, but we need more around the country and shit around, and then more boroughs and shit like that. We gotta just, you know what I mean? We gotta just start thinking like free people. See, because when you start talking about people, you know, like all of this shit about, yeah, you know, they're about to allow people to go back into, you know, restaurants and shit like that. Like when someone's allowing you to do some shit, you're not free. You're not free. And I don't give a fuck under what pretense they're putting it under, you know. When you're accepting the fact that someone's saying, oh, I'm gonna allow you to do some shit.
Well, that wasn't a race thing. That's a health.
No, yes. So you can put it under whatever pretense you want to put it under.
Whether you agree or disagree with it, it's subjective. That
regardless, who is the ones to decide who's allowing? You see what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers are not your fucking, they're not your God, they're not your judge and jury, they're not any higher, they're not your authority, but they've placed themselves as your authority. And we willingly give them authority because we think, oh, it's a health thing. You know, so yeah, let's give them that authority.
Yeah, because motherfuckers is watching people drop dead.
Like, well, that's bullshit, Digga. It's bullshit. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that.
I'm not debating you. I'm just, you know,
I'm just saying that's all bullshit. And
I'm not going to tell anybody in the families of the 8 people I know that allegedly
died. Okay, they didn't die from coming in close contact with somebody and all that. So you know, whatever. But rest in peace to their families.
Be safe, everybody.
Yeah, But that ain't how you be safe with a mask.
Whatever you believe or believe, it ain't none of my business.
All I'm talking about is freedom. I'm talking about whatever you believe. I'm talking about the fact that you feel like someone's allowing you to do something, you're not free. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Like, and if you're cool with that, with being allowed to do shit by other people, especially people that have been abusive to you and that you know fucking are not really fucking with you and want to see you dead, yeah. I'd be skeptical of fucking with, of trying to stay in some shit, in a relationship like that. We need to fucking have our own shit right now. And you know what I mean? Stop crying about.
So I tell you what, so we got
motherfuckers.
We got homework for the next episode. What we should do, us 3, for the next episode, let's each of us come up with 5 doctrines. Let's attempt to create our own Black Constitution, and each of us come up with 5 amendments for our Constitution, for our new Black Constitution, and let's bounce ideas off of each other on the next episode, and we could discuss what's realistic, what's not realistic, and see if we can get it into something, you know, see if we can get it permeated into something and actually passed on into legislation. I already know it's
realistic if we believe. See, when we talk about passed on to legislation, now that's a whole different story. You see what I'm saying? Because we keep talking about this system that we know is very corrupt. Like, you know,
I mean, we can't.
I know not overnight, but we got to start working towards it.
We can, but Jabbar, either we're gonna be in the room by ourselves having these conversations, or we're going to attempt to deal with, you know, people that could possibly do something about it. That is legislation. That's
right.
That's
well. That's why I said let's start with like the qualified immunity, shit like that.
Let's
start with the demilitarization, shit like that. We can doubt those are realistic things, especially the qualified immunity. Right now, that's something that we really need to push for. Get rid of that shit.
Absolutely. I believe qualified immunity needs to go away. I believe, you know, the laws. Well, I mean, right now, I see defunding the police being a very big conversation going on. Maybe that will lead to some, you know, some serious change.
Because think about this. Hold up, Digga. I don't want to cut you off, but defunding the police, like think about, like, the police got money, like when they go on undercover fucking shit, like those motherfuckers could requisition fucking 50 grand to give to a drug dealer to entrap them. You see what I'm saying? They got money laying around that they could play with, that they could use just for even more fuckery. Like, so when we say defund them, it's not like, you know, leave them penniless. It's like it's almost taking the excess of, you know what I mean? Because they got a lot of excess that you don't even realize.
I know. I'm curious to see how that. I'm curious to see how that's gonna play out. I feel like the money will be, you know, it will be hidden and moved around in other places. That's like the pinnacle of white collar crime. So I just, you know, I think there are just certain, you know, like hardcore laws that I think would be easier to initiate, especially now with, you know, since everybody wants to be so appeasing to Black people right now, right this second. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but right now, you know, everybody's willing to fire whoever they feel is racist. So
shout out to the original man. He said we need more natural holistic healers in our community. Shout out to Jeremy Mitchell. We appreciate you. Somebody else earlier said, man, it's all white supremacy. Y'all hear me?
Hello.
Okay. I didn't hear nothing for a minute. Digger, why are you sideways right now?
Hello.
Yeah, you hear me? You see Digger?
I don't see.
Oh, Digger, we lost Digger somehow. She was like sideways or some shit for a second.
What happened?
I don't know. Maybe her battery died, or I don't know. You know it's Newark, New Jersey, so
That Jersey shit.
that Jersey connection.
Shit.
That old Jersey connection, you know.
Jersey.
Motherfuckers from Jersey.
Jersey.
Well, shit, I mean, I think we was getting ready to wrap up anyway.
Yeah, she left on.
Thanks, Digger. You good cue. You cued us out. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? In closing, I just feel like freedom ain't free. Whatever the solution is going to take discipline. It's going to take effort. Yeah. You know, it's not going to take just sitting back or you tweeting some shit and that's good enough. No. It's going to take some real world shit.
And deep study and knowledge, like you say, knowledge of self. That knowledge of self is where you get that discipline, because you go, I know what I'm worth. I know about myself. I'm in deep study. I told people, you have to get into deep study. Studying doesn't come.
Knowledge of self is not just history. Knowledge of self is really knowing you and your biology. You see, because if we really knew ourselves, we know that you can't fucking catch no goddamn nothing. Here comes Rob. She's coming back.
When she gets on, we go, good night. Thank you, everyone.
Exactly.
That was a great episode, man. Right. That was great. Oh.
All right. So, yeah, we want to thank the people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Rod Digger.
Hey, Rod. We were just ending.
We were just about to. What happened?
There I go. My bad. I was talking my shit. My phone died.
Damn. Now, what are you on? Now you're on TMZ.
See the shit power now. Like, wait a minute.
Your shit went sideways and all of that shit.
My bad.
I was like, oh, that's that Jersey. That ain't nothing but that Jersey connection.
I'm back, Godcasters. My bad. My phone died.
I feel like there's a TMZ interview.
Shit, we get ready to start. We're closing it up anyway. I think we.
Okay. I mean, you know, we needless to say there have
You're a little
been,
choppy right now.
Multiple deaths. Oh, that's because I'm actually see. I had my phone in the damn tripod there. I'm trying to hold the
I don't think
laptop
holding
still.
it has anything to do with the choppiness, though.
Oh, you're saying the service. Oh, I got the
Yeah.
Nelly. I got
That's
the Nelly
what it is.
Wi-Fi going on. My bad.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like, yeah, it's the
One,
You don't
tripod.
look
one,
as
two.
crispy as you
Tripod.
did earlier either.
It was the tripod. That's what affected the waves,
Yeah.
man. It was the tripod that affected the electromagnetic waves, man.
Am I still choppy?
I can see that's what happened.
Right, I can see what
Am I
happened
still
with the
choppy? I'm still
Nah,
choppy.
I mean, you sound like a little louder now. You look darker. It's just everything's a little different, Digger. You just fucked up the whole show.
My bad. Okay, let's see. Here we go.
I'm only playing with you. You ain't never fucked.
Let me get back in the ring light. Okay, here's the ring. Here's the glove.
You good.
There you go. Well, listen. Yeah, you know.
Wait, let me not sit too close up in the light. I be getting accused of skin bleaching and shit.
What?
Oh yeah.
Jeez, people
Black
are
as you is.
You know, you know, you get too close to the light, you skin bleaching, man. It's the way of the new world. Fuck it.
Hey. Well, listen.
Yeah, I guess we're wrapping it up. I was looking to see if there were any things. Rayshard Brooks, rest in peace to that man, the one that passed away. Well, was murdered. Excuse me, was murdered. He didn't pass away. He was
Atlanta,
murdered.
right?
Yep. So that's happening. And Robert Fuller, is that the gentleman that was found hanging in California?
I believe.
I don't want to end on this note. I just wanted to say prayers up to his family. They're investigating that. At first they ruled it a suicide, but now the FBI is involved to determine whether or not it was a hate crime.
Real wonder. Stop.
Yeah, right.
God, a hanging of a black person. Let's go investigate.
I think that's about it. I think I want to replace the name Karen with Amy still. I still feel like Amy should be that bit. It should be that representative.
I think Karen has gotten away from us though. Karen is
you know what?
Karen is like on TMZ, they calling them Karen.
So is Amy the ugly Becky? I kind of thought the Beckys would. I thought the Beckys was the ugly bitches that would just suck dick just to be in presence of a black man.
Semi-pretty, I guess, but they definitely were sucking dick and all that.
Okay, I'm pretty certain that was
using their sex to get what they want. But now
that's what I was taught.
The Karens are past that, and now they have to use white supremacy's, race soldiers to get what they want.
Okay. So Amy is the scary white ugly bitch that's scared of the bird watchers. Got you.
I don't know. They all fucking.
Anyway,
listen, we appreciate y'all joining us.
I wanted to bring up something real quick.
Go ahead.
Speak on it.
Talking about economics and stuff like that. I have some friends that created a dope ass platform, and they're business people, financial geniuses, all black. It's called expanse.com, UX, which stands for user experience. That's their tech thing. Expanse, UXPANSE.com. It's for black. It's for anybody can get on this platform, but it's designed, it's self-service. It's designed for people who want to open up their own businesses, and it's focused on black business, people who want to open up, black business owners, people who already have a business, want to improve their branding. It's concentrated on that because black people who are involved in opening up businesses are left out of the funding. They're left out of the incubation programs because of, guess what? Racism. Yeah. So this thing it's $5.95 a month. Most businesses take about $500,000 to start, and they were able. This is 4 years in the making, and they're about to open it up. Finally, I've watched their process, and they say we need more Black people to be confident about opening up their own businesses, especially with this COVID. We got to start having confidence in owning our own shit, being our own bosses, creating our own jobs. So it's Expanse, UXPANSE.com. Put your name on the list, sign up. They'll send you a notification when they're ready to open. And when I say $5.95 a month, see, I'm not a business expert. It's even for people who aren't experts. It's user friendly, and when people say $5.95 a month, I said compared to opening up a business, which usually takes $500,000, it's awesome. So expanse.com. So put your name on that shit.
Dope.
Okay.
Dope. And if you'd like to donate to the Godcast, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen. And again, if you'd like to get your telemedicine, go to LordJamal.healthalliancenetwork.com. Put your code in, Lord Jamal. All right, y'all. I think we're done.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Comedian Godfrey. Yeah, son.
That's right, Digger. Follow
me at The Real Rod Digger, and check me out on my website, roddiggermusic.com. Actually, I'm about to re-release a bunch of music that I have put out within, I'd say, like the past decade. It's just been kind of living on the internet and blogs and SoundCloud, but now I'm putting lyric videos to them, and I'm releasing them. And you can watch them on roddiggermusic.com, or click the link and YouTube. But I'll be posting this stuff. But
Cool.
I mean, I think a lot of people got me fucked up. Like, for those that aren't really like Rod Digger fans, or that just kind of know me from being famous, like they know Touch It, they know Party and Bull. Like, I don't think y'all know me. Like, I don't think they really like understand who I am as an artist. Like, I've been Harriet Tubman, Angela Davis. Like, this is like Rod Digger's mantra. So I've got a ton of visuals coming out that I'm putting together with some previously released music, and it's gonna be fun to look at. So please check me out.
That's dope. Well, yo, follow me at Lord Jamal on all social media. Shit, my episode of The Last OG just came out. I don't know. Yeah, but that shit came out, so y'all can check that out on
nice
on demand or whatever the shit may be.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun to do that. Shout out
to
Carl Jones. I appreciate you, bro. So yeah, once again, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamal.
I'm Digger.
Godfrey.
Hey.
Hey.